BingX, a trusted global crypto exchange. Trade spot, futures, or copy top traders easily. Sign up via the link or referral code to get 30 USDT instantly, plus up to 1,500 USDT in bonuses for verification, deposit, and trading.
3 individuals have lost their lives following a recent U.S. military operation targeting an alleged drug smuggling vessel in the Caribbean Sea, a development confirmed by U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Speaking on Saturday, Hegseth stated that the targeted vessel was operated by an organization designated as terrorist by the United States, though the specific group remained unnamed. This incident marks at least the 15th such strike conducted by the U.S. military in either the Caribbean or the Eastern Pacific since the beginning of September. In a post on the social media platform X, Hegseth elaborated that intelligence indicated the vessel was actively involved in illicit narcotics smuggling, traversing a known narco-trafficking route, and consequently carrying a cargo of narcotics. To date, these operations have resulted in the deaths of at least 64 people. The justification for these escalated actions, according to President Trump, is rooted in the necessity of stemming the tide of illicit drugs entering the United States. He has characterized the U.S. involvement as an armed conflict with drug cartels, leveraging the same legal framework that underpinned the Bush administration's declaration of a war on terror following the September 11, 2001 attacks. However, U.S. lawmakers have repeatedly expressed their dissatisfaction with the White House's reluctance to declassify further information regarding the legal basis for these strikes, including specifics on targeted cartels and the identities of those killed. Sources suggest that the CIA is playing a pivotal role in coordinating these U.S. strikes in the Caribbean. In his statement, Hegseth emphasized that narco-terrorists are bringing drugs to our shores to poison Americans at home, and declared that the Department of Defense will treat them exactly how we treated Al-Qaeda. In response, Senate Democrats have renewed their calls for greater transparency. A letter dispatched on Friday to Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, and Secretary Hegseth explicitly requested all legal opinions pertaining to these strikes and a comprehensive list of groups or entities identified by the president as legitimate targets. Prominent signatories to this letter include Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senators Jack Reed, Jeanne Shaheen, Mark Warner, Chris Coons, Patty Murray, and Brian Schatz. The senators pointed out that, to date, the administration has provided information selectively and, at times, inconsistently to certain members while withholding it from others. Earlier on Friday, the Republican chairman and ranking Democrat on the Senate Armed Services Committee also released copies of letters sent to Secretary Hegseth in late September and early October. These earlier correspondence sought to obtain the department's legal rationale for the strikes and a roster of drug cartels that the Trump administration has officially designated as terrorist organizations, thereby providing justification for the deployment of military force, the intelligence community's role in identifying targets and the specific legal interpretations enabling such lethal engagements continue to be subjects of intense scrutiny and demand for greater disclosure from Capitol Hill, highlighting a growing tension between national security objectives and the public's right to know. The escalating frequency and the increasing human toll of these interdictions underscore the evolving landscape of international drug interdiction efforts and the potentially far-reaching implications of applying counter-terrorism tactics to combating illicit narcotics. The Pentagon's assertion of a direct parallel between narco-terrorist organizations and groups like Al-Qaeda signals a significant shift in how the U.S. perceives and intends to confront the global drug trade. This aggressive stance, while lauded by some as decisive action, has simultaneously raised serious questions among lawmakers about accountability, legal precedent, and the potential for unintended consequences in a volatile region. The demand for clear answers regarding the legal underpinnings and the full scope of these operations suggests a concerted effort by legislative bodies to assert oversight and ensure that such potent military actions are conducted within established legal and ethical boundaries. Even as the administration maintains its position on the necessity of such measures to protect American citizens, the continuing focus on intelligence gathering and analysis, particularly from the CIA, further emphasizes the complex and multifaceted nature of these ongoing efforts. as the battle against drug smuggling operations becomes increasingly intertwined with broader counter-terrorism strategies. The ramifications of these strikes extend beyond immediate tactical victories, potentially reshaping diplomatic relations and international cooperation in the fight against transnational crime and terrorism. The debate over transparency and the justification for lethal force in these operations is expected to persist, as policymakers grapple with the delicate balance between national security imperatives and democratic principles of accountability and public discourse. The sheer number of individuals killed in these operations, coupled with the lack of specific information provided to Congress, fuels ongoing concerns about the broader strategy and its long-term impact on regional stability and U.S. foreign policy.